I recently did a community poll where I asked you guys what you wanted to see, and you said you wanted to see villagers tortured even more. You sickos. But I wasn't sure what game a villager should play, so I had to look for inspiration. I started thinking. As a Minecraft YouTuber, we have a long and tested tradition of trying to connect with the youth. That's why I want to look at YouTube playables, the iPad baby's treasure trove. Build a queen. Well, to be fair, the current one could use a replacement. Match this outfit? What's that, like goth Hatsune Miku? Oh, it does have sound. Okay, what, do I need the scissors? Oh no, she's bald! Oh, I beat Ava. Oh, fantastic. Oh, she found a husband. I guess Jada Smith moved on. Oh my god, what's wrong with her? She hasn't got a body. Oh my god! Did I win? You know, after playing all those crappy mobile games, I'm starting to wonder if I can recreate them in Minecraft. After all, what better person to play a mobile game than the Minecraft equivalent of a goldfish? Now, if those crappy mobile games sort of had a standard, a poster child for all their awfulness, it would definitely be the gate walkie game thing. Like, does it even have a name? Does this game even exist? So I thought, why not make one of those crappy mobile games and make the villagers play it? Because in those adverts, they always have the most brain-dead, worst players imaginable playing those games to rage bait you, thinking, oh, I can do better. You actually download the app, and then you find out it's a microtransaction-ridden, like, it's nothing like the actual advertisement. So, let's have a villager, our little villager over here, and let's make it so the gates slowly come towards him and he will be rewarded or punished depending on if he moves left or right. Hang on. Boom. Level 1 noob. That's much more appropriate. Now, while the glass panes look really good, the obvious issue is, you know, you can't walk through them. So what I really needed is a colourful thing that the player, or at least the villager, can walk through. And my first idea was beacons. They're obviously very colourful, and you can indeed walk through them. The one issue is they do extend upwards into infinitum, but one thing at a time. So we want the gates to slowly come towards the villager. So why don't we make it so that we actually have a line of beacons all in a row, and we just move granite blocks so that the beacons will come up. There we go. And then what we'll do is this one shines, we'll block it, and then we'll show the next one, and then the next one, and then the next one, and hopefully it will look like the beacon is slowly coming towards you like a gate. But as you can probably tell immediately, this is going to have some issues because beacons are goddamn, like, really slow and annoying and even if we put it through a pulse extender so the granite actually goes for longer, you can just see how weird beacon mechanics are. Like, there's no rhyme or reason behind it. It seems utterly random. So instead of having the gates come towards the villager, we're going to have stationary gates and have the villager walk through the gates using his AI somehow. So if I place some smithing tables, hopefully he'll try and get a job and choose one path to go down. He's obviously this time chosen correctly. But I gotta be honest, trying to lure villagers with like jobs is just a pain in the butt. It sucks. And I just didn't want to do it, to be honest. I didn't want to do it. I thought it was lame. Hated it. But don't worry. I came up with a better idea.
A more evil idea. One which will cause the villagers far more pain and suffering.
What we can actually do is grab a zoglin and using a lead, attach it to this pig with a saddle on top. And you might notice we have a big glass layer over the top of the arena. We can use the zoglin to sort of manipulate the villagers and try and get as many as we can across the arena using fear tactics. It's like sheepdog, except far more violent. So next up, I had to make a sort of gate design, one where I could make a good gate and a bad gate and swap between them for a bit of randomness. And what I went with was real simple. We just have a tripwire hook and a bunch of trapdoors, and when the villagers step on it, they fall down and presumably die and suffer in some sort of horrific way. The end design I ended up going with looks something like this, where using a push of a button, we can actually swap which gate is bad and which gate is good. Obviously, we always need a good gate because then the villagers will actually have have a way to get through. It would be a bit unfair if both gates killed them. I've also added campfires down below, so it actually adds a bit of visual flair. You can visually see, oh, that's the bad one. If you step in there, you get burnt alive. One interesting thing I had to modify, villagers when they're scared are actually capable of running across a 1-block gap. Apparently players can do it as well, which I had no idea about, but I'll show you. If I just sprint, you can just cross a gap. Like, how long has this been in the game? Has this always been the case? So from here, I just decorated the arena. I made it look all swanky, and I added a bunch of these gates in a row, finally leading to an end finish line down here. Yeah, that one just swapped. So they do randomly swap on a timer. So it adds a bit of variety, you know, keeps it interesting. So if I place a bunch of villagers down here, we can give it a bit of a test and see how this controls. So if I hop on this pig up here and we go a carrot on a stick, we need to try and get them across the ones which are not lit up. If the lights are on, that means the trap is active. And what you can immediately tell is villager pathfinding is goddamn awful. Like, I thought I was so smart having this like fear tactic as a way of like moving them. But as you can tell, this is almost impossible to actually control. Okay, so I've managed to get like one villager across. Now I have to try and get him across. Look, I'll be real with you. This just sucks. This is lame. This is absolutely horrific to control. But have no fear. The animal torturer Gerg is here. I probably shouldn't say that. They're going to use that as evidence in a couple years. Instead of having like 10 or 20 villagers, what we can actually do is just have the one villager tied to a button, and then what we can do is spawn in a Ravager on the ground level to actually chase the villager itself. The reason I chose a Ravager, not something like a zombie, is because Ravagers are so big, they won't fall down the gaps we've made, so the Ravager will always survive. So now when I hit this button, you can see what we actually have going on. It spawns a villager, and now we can actually just watch him go. No. Oh, you stupid villager. You didn't even get past the first point. All right, and go. Come on, run. Okay, he's going for it. He's made it past the first gate. Is he going to do for the second one? Come on. Oh, he's making it. I believe in you, villager. I believe it. No, wrong gate, stupid. Wrong gate. Ah, now I'm so mad I have to download the app. And despite taking away player control, I actually think this is way more accurate to the apps, because now we're getting the villagers to physically play the minigames. We're testing their IQ in real time. It's not very high. You know, I just had an evil thought. I'm actually going to add YouTube mid-roll ads in between each play of the game to make it just that more authentic to the real experience. Don't forget to watch the ads all the way through so I get money. Is that against terms of service to say that? Do it anyway. With the lack of player control and the randomness in the villager AI, it's practically just like gambling at this point. So I've added functionality for gambling. The great thing about it is that poll I mentioned, gambling machines actually came in second. So now everyone is happy. I've done gambling and villager torture. That's like 50% of my channel. So now how the machine works is we actually have a shortcut box down here and we have some diamonds in it. Every time we hit this note block, it will take one diamond out the system, and then that will be the cost to play the game. And depending on how far the villager actually makes it, so if we spawn one in, that's the cost of diamond. Come on, I believe in you. Oh, come on, that just sucks. Depending on how far the villager makes it. Come on, I believe. Oh my god, really? Depending how far the villager actually makes it through the game, we will score additional diamonds. So he's failed right there. But getting past the first one actually rewards you with 0 diamonds. However, if the villager manages to successfully pass the second gate, you earn 1 diamond, so you break even. The second gate, you get 2. Then it bumps up to 4, 6. And if the villager manages to make it all the way to the end, you can actually turn 1 diamond into a diamond block. Wowee! So let's give it another go. Come on. This costs me a diamond. Come on. You know, this is going to be a really effective moneymaker. These villagers suck. Dude, are these villagers brain dead? I swear they were doing way better in testing. Oh, come on. Come on, please, please, please. He's made it past the first gate. Come on, please. Come on, second gate. Oh, this villager's high IQ. He's the hacker. He's the pro. We've seen all the noobs. Oh, never mind. But this time, he made it to the number 4 gate. So now if we actually go to the end of the minigame, we should see that our diamonds eventually should get deposited into this barrel. And 3 and 4. Woo! So we actually made a profit on that one run, if you ignore all the rest. The one thing I couldn't figure out with this game is how to get the Ravager, like, back. At the moment, I've just been killing them with console commands, which is not survival friendly. But you know what? That's your homework for home. You can figure out that one, because I am done. So, as always, the schematic will be found in the Discord, blah, 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 blah. You know the drill by now. Bye.